Alright, I think I'm recording again here now.
Yeah, it came up. You're good.
1 second, I gotta change my volume.
Okay. So, everyone's ideas for the campaign. Maybe I want to go first.
Before we were just trying to see if we could get the recording to work, so we had kind of talked a little bit before you came on. But we're just going to go around, I guess, and talk about whatever ideas that we had. So one of the ones that I had brought up was to actually do like a list of famous people that have communications degrees. Did we lose Jane, or did my screen just mess up?
No, we lost
I think we lost her. Yeah, she left the call.
Hold on. What happened?
There we go.
Okay, I can do it now.
Alright. So before we were trying to make sure that we could get the recording to work for everybody, we were just kind of going around and talking about the ideas that we had thought of. And one of the ones that I thought with, other than like job place stuff like that, was we could go and do like a breakdown of famous people that have graduated with communications degrees. And so I was looking at that a little bit already, and there's been, people like Stephen Colbert and Matthew McConaughey and a lot of actors actually have communications degrees. So I thought that would be something cool that we could touch on throughout the speech here.
Yeah, I was thinking about like just advertising how, like, I don't know, probably the College of well, it's not communications, it's more so whatever college it is, it's people with the communications degrees graduate more, like it's at a higher rate than the other colleges. So if we included that, people would probably want, since we're advertising the communications, want to come because it's like, I don't know, they might think, oh, college is so hard, but if they see how people graduate from the communications rather than every other college, they would want to come to the communications field.
All right.
I like that. I didn't have a whole lot. I just looked at what YSU has to offer as far as scholarships go for communications specifically. And there's a handful that are there. And there's also the new, let me find it here real quick. Where'd it go? There's like a sports broadcasting field in communications that they're putting a lot of emphasis on, it appears, on that school website. Maybe look at that a little bit closer. As well.
I think a lot of our campaign is going to be a lot of statistics because I don't think there's any real way around that. But I also think that we can do more of a, I don't know, not really like statistics are convincing and all, but I feel like we can do a little bit more of an abstract part of it too, and kind of write about like real world, kind of like with the celebrity thing, like what the outcomes of communications majors can be and how, I don't know, what a variety of careers that they can have. It's a really broad sort of major. So, it's not like engineering or something where, you're going to be an engineer. Like you can be a communications major and I mean, I don't know. The possibilities are endless. There's so many different career choices.
Yeah, I think that'd be something good to touch on, is just how broad of a spectrum you can do with your career with a communications degree, I guess. That is something good. So.
Because a lot of kids going into college, you know, they're not going to know exactly what they want to do. So if you throw the communications degree out there like that and be like, listen, these are all the things you can do with a communications degree, you know, that might be a little more appealing to them.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then
What we really need to do is more see who's doing what part. Like look at the rubric and then like break down who's gonna do what, so we can like start researching, you know, our parts.
Yeah.
I think that to break up, yeah, we need to break up like who's gonna do what. But I also think like for the campaign that we can tie in like Matt had mentioned, the sports broadcasting track that they put in, and then the 3 other tracks that we already have, and then tie in like the statistics, like Matt had mentioned, and then like the famous people that are actually going to attract students to the major and show them like how broad it is and how many different fields that you can actually go into with the degree.
Okay.
Probably need to break up some research and get some statistics.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to look at the outline template here to see what the best way to break it all up is. So.
Is anybody else here ringing?
I heard it earlier, but
Yeah,
it stopped now.
Yeah, I don't hear it
It's
anymore.
still going on my screen.
It was
I
driving
don't
me
know what it
crazy.
is.
I kept clicking on stuff, seeing if I could shut it up. So it looks like we need 5 main points, and then basically like an introduction and a conclusion. So, I mean, I don't know what the best way to really break all this up is. I guess nothing really says that we have to have 5 main points. But that's just what the outline template that was given to us says, or has on it.
Well, we're doing like we have to make the campaign, but then the actual like video presentation that we're doing is more about the process of us coming to or creating the campaign rather than the campaign itself, right?
Can you repeat the question?
It's a
Sorry.
good question.
Yeah, I was wrong.
I was just reading like the requirements for the presentation, and it seemed like she was saying like the presentation, like it was about the campaign, but it was more about the steps that we took to create the campaign and like how we worked together and communicated as a group.
Let me look at it.
I have to read it, but I kind of forget. I mean, that seems like it makes sense, but I just really forgot exactly what it was.
I'm looking at it now too.
Yeah, it's kind of weird how it's worded, because, I mean, it says for step 2, I guess, after completing the actual campaign, develop a presentation that traces your group's efforts. Presentations are 4 to 5 minutes per member, depending on the size of the group. And it says, each member of the group will present a component of the presentation. He or she must record his or her part of the presentation, upload it to YouTube, provide a link to the group leader so he or she can upload all of the links together in the assignment. So I guess that is kind of confusing. I don't know what exactly it's pertaining to there.
Yeah, I didn't know if she wanted us to focus more on the actual campaign or, how we work together to make the campaign.
Yeah.
I mean, we can include both, like just a brief of how we work together to start, and then we can just go into the campaign, like when we do the speech.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm still trying to understand that is really
Yeah.
worded.
I don't like it.
I mean, or we could just email her to make sure that we're doing the right thing. She usually emails back really fast, so.
Yeah, she does get back relatively quickly.
When was the outline due? Is it like really soon?
If it's not on the calendar, then I never know what it's doing. I never know when to find it.
Everything is just due all together. It says on December 7th.
That's what
that's what I'm seeing too.
So, do you want to make our own deadlines to make sure that we're on track for everything?
It's probably a good idea.
Yes,
Yeah, I
okay.
think that'd be a good idea.
And then just so everybody knows, December 6th, which is Sunday, I think, I probably won't be available at all that day. I have to fly for the Air Force, and I'm going down to Georgia, so I'm going to be from the morning until the night working, so just so everybody has a heads up.
Sounds like fun.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so what do we want to do as far as, like, you just want to tie in all those components together, the statistics, like the celebrity thing, the sports management thing? Do you just want to tie all those in together and we'll just make a big campaign about it and we'll each just take one and run with it, kind of?
Yeah, I think they can all be tied together, so I think we should probably add all that in there. It's just more on who has what part to look at certain stuff.
Well, I think that would be a good place to start, is if we each decided to, take one component of that and do some research on it. And then when we meet up again, we can figure out a way to tie all of it in. And then, because after we do that, I mean, that's pretty much the campaign,
Yeah, and I think basically, tonight, if we could decide on, each person having a set main point, I guess, if you want to call it, because for the mock outline that they give there, the template, it has 5 main points. So if we all just get one main point or argument, however you want to look at it, and research that, then we'll have our whole body of our outline done, basically. And then we could just come together to work on the introduction and conclusion, and that'll basically knock it all out. So, I mean, really, if we all just can pick our own little topic to go off on, then I think we'd be pretty much set.
Yeah, I agree. So do we all just want to pick one then? You just want to go for it?
Yeah, I don't really care what I have.
Well, Matt, you suggested tying in the sports broadcasting. So since that's newer, we can put more emphasis on that. So if you wanted to research that, would that be okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And then I could just do a brief overview of the tracks that we already have that are offered to students. and then that leaves 3 more,
Yeah, and then I
which
could
would be
do like the famous people, and then I don't know. I mean, the famous people one might almost tie hand in hand in with how broad the communications degree is. I think that could almost just be 1 point altogether. But
Yeah, I
if we
agree.
need to split it up into 2, we could.
I mean, I could look
I
up
think
the alumni, like what they've become. I don't really want to take Mallory's idea of saying
no, I was
what
just gonna
everything is
say
offered. So everything that's
mine kind of ties in with Matt's a little bit, I guess. The one that I was thinking of doing is just saying like the demand for communications majors and how like sought out they are in the workplace.
okay.
That's kind of what I was looking at.
Well, I can look at what like you can, all the different things that you can be in communications, and then like maybe some alumni what they have become now. I can find that.
Alright, well, I guess, yeah, then I'll just mainly focus on famous people that have communications then, I guess. If you guys are okay with that, unless you think that I should do something else, I don't know.
No, I think that's a good idea.
I think that when we put it all together, we could have those main points, but like you would do the procedures of Jane, and then Jake would do the famous people, and then you can tie those in to how it can be such how there's such a high demand. So Mallory's could be tied into that, and then then mine and Matt's would just be focusing on like what we offer to get you to those degrees.
Yep.
So we can easily tie those in all together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that sounds good.
Favorite.
Sorry,
Big dog.
Alright, well, I mean, I guess the conversation tonight-wise is pretty much set then. If everybody just wants to do some research, and then maybe we could touch base Friday. Just to, I mean, we don't have to get on and do a long, drawn-out conversation or anything, even if we're just texting back and forth, just see where everybody stands.
I think we should do more of Saturday or just a whole like week from now. Just because of, I don't know, for me, I've just had all my 4 research projects due now. So like after Thanksgiving, I was trying to just take a little break on Friday and Saturday, or maybe just Friday if we could do maybe Saturday, or even just like next Tuesday, one of those. If you guys are okay with that.
I think
This week's pretty crazy for me, but I think, what about like Sunday? I feel like Sunday's always kind of a decent day for everybody.
Sunday's good for me.
Yeah, I mean, I work till 7, so as long as it's after that. But yeah, this week has been crazy, so that's what I was just saying, like Friday, I was just trying to like take a break.
Yeah, I just didn't want to
I
try to wait a
work
whole
Friday
nother
for
week.
Black Friday.
Yeah, I work Black Friday too. Well, I work at 4 a.m., so I'll probably just be asleep after when I get home.
That's awful. Well, would Sunday be okay for everybody?
Yeah, and like I said,
should-
as long as it's after 7, that's when I get off.
Like maybe just a short conversation Sunday evening?
hmm
Favorite.
Yeah, that's
Good
good
to me.
Okay.
Does that work for you, Matt?
Absolutely.
Alright.
Sunday's good.
Yeah, I
Did
guess,
someone tell her like what we're doing? Whoever wants to be the leader.
oh yeah, I guess we gotta do that still.
Would that be you, Jake, since you recorded?
Yeah, I would just say whoever is going to record everything because that's who's going to be putting all of our stuff together. Well, sending her all our recordings, who's ever recording.
Yeah, I guess, I mean, that's fine. I just gotta figure out how to do it. I'm sure I'll be able to figure it out though. So.
I mean,
I know
you
how
can
to
always
upload
send
and
a
everything,
link
so if
to
you need help,
someone else.
just...
I don't know.
I know how to do all that stuff since I've had to record a lot of presentations and upload them. So if you need help, just let me know.
Alright, cool. Yeah, that works for me. I mean, really, the group leader's just, I don't even, it's not really like a title for anything. It's just making sure that everything gets done, I guess. But as long
Yeah,
as you stay on
everything is
top of it all,
uploaded, and then we
Yeah,
send you like our
point of contact,
stuff at the
basically.
end. So.
yeah. All right, works for me. So, I guess we'll just plan on meeting Sunday evening after 7 sometime then.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right, so I guess just do a little research and then we'll go from there.
All right.
Sounds
All right,
good.
guys.
Have a
Thank
good
you.
night.
Good
Bye.
Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
See you guys.
Oh,
Happy
yeah.
Thanksgiving.